Hi Stampers, it's Elizabeth from StampScrapAndMore.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Canada. Today is Wednesday, July 31st, 2019, and we're going to make a card tonight. Today was Coffee and a Card, and I'm going to show you the card that we made and walk through the process with you. So let's get started and take a look at this card. It's using the Piece of Cake stamp set and the coordinating punch. There you go. And I do Coffee and a Card from April through to September, the last Wednesday of the month at a local coffee shop here in Brampton. And I work full time, so my boss, I take a couple hours vacation to do the Coffee and a Card, and then I go back to work after it's done. So today was the last Wednesday of the month, so this is the card all the stampers made, and there were 12 of them that came out today to stamp. So I've written the measurements down for you so that you can make this card as well. Sorry if I knocked the camera there for a second. So we are going to use a piece of Whisper White Thick that's 11 by 4 1/4, and it is scored at 5 1/2. We also have a piece of a soft seafoam that's 4 by 5 1/4. And we have a piece of Whisper White that's 3 3/4 by 5. We have a piece of soft seafoam that is 1 1/2 inches by 4. We have a piece of scrap white that's a 1/2 inch by however, I use these all the time, however long you have. These are usually a cutoff when you cut your Whisper White, and I have a drawer full of them, so I use those a lot. And then another piece of scrap paper to punch out the cake. And you will also need some silver glimmer paper. You will also need the Subtles embossing folder and the triple banner punch. You'll need inks. You'll need the soft seafoam ink. You'll need the Highland Heather ink. You'll need the black memento ink. And you will need the Stampin' Blends in Highland Heather, both the light and dark. And the Stampin' Blends in Pineapple Punch in the light and dark. Okay, so I think that's everything that you need, and let's get started. I'm going to leave the card up there for inspiration. First thing we're going to do is we are going to take, I need my paper piercing mat. We are going to take this, the lollipop from the stamp set, and we need the soft seafoam ink. And we are going to randomly put lollipops all over this. And I forgot one other thing that we need. We also need the gingham gala sequence. And that's the last thing. So what we're going to do is randomly take some off the page as well. And make sure some are going in other directions. I've got a thing of coffee here, so I have a cough, so if I start to cough, I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee. Oh, I've got some water here too, so if I go silent, you know it's because I'm sipping my water. So I love doing Coffee and the Card, and I average anywhere from 12 to 18 people was the highest, and that personally was a little too much for me. But so now I have to limit it a little bit. Okay, so that is the random stamping of the lollipops. And I usually do this ahead of time, but I'm going to run this through. Oh, my Big Shot is in bad shape. I'm going to run this through the Big Shot, and you know how, and the subtle embossing folder. So you know that we're gonna line up the page with that edge there. Whoops! Oh, it slipped on me. There we go. I usually do the Big Shot work off camera, but oops, because you see the camera's moving. But I want it to randomly stamp that for you. Okay. There we go. Everything gets thrown on the floor. Sorry. And now we can mount this to this. We can mount the randomly stamped images to the soft seafoam, and then we can adhere that to the card base. Yes, coffee and card is a lot of fun, and the coffee shop are awesome. This is the 4th year I've been doing it. I only do it though from April through to the end of September, because in the northern climates, it's not fun to have to plow your car out in the winter and have to deal with boots and coats, and I am taking time off work to do it, so I have to be there and everybody else doesn't. So I decided to only do it seasonal, but the coffee shop are awesome. Okay, and there we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take the soft seafoam that was 1.5 by 4 and the triple banner punch, and you're going to push it all the way in, and you're going to punch that out so that you get that perfectly forked image. Now I'm going to take the Highland Heather and the candle stamp, and I'm going to stamp towards the top. There we go. And on this scrap piece of white, I am going to stamp the cake. You can use any cake you want in the black memento. Oops, wow, there we go. I really should have the paper piercing mat, but that's okay. And the reason why I did it like this is so that when it goes into the punch, I've got a bit of a handle to hold on to it, like that. And I can always use this extra for something else, but I just, especially for the sake of the coffee and a card, I like to make it as easy for them as possible so that they have a pleasant experience and they go home with happy campers. Okay, so for the cake, I'm going to alternate the stripes, the light Highland Heather and then the dark, and I found it easiest to use the brush end. The bullet end on this. It's totally up to you. And I'm just coloring in the purple, the light stripes. Oh, and one last thing that we used was Wink Stella, because I add those to the stripes, to one of the stripes. And now I'm using the dark Highland Heather, and I'm doing the alternate stripe. And you can do the cake in whatever color you want. I just love the purples, and I think it looked really nice with the really popped on the soft seafoam. And I'm also doing the 2 long horizontal stripes in the dark Highland Heather. There we go. And the pineapple punch, oh no, sorry, it's the pineapple punch? The light pineapple punch. I'm going to use that for the background of the, or this bottom layer of the cake. I'm actually doing it all over, and then I'm going to take the dark pineapple punch and punch up those circles. when I'm doing videos, it seems like it goes so fast. But I want to make sure that they're to the point, you know what I'm doing, and you can watch and leave, right? And you've got the idea down. Okay, so then I'm going to take the silver glimmer and I'm going to punch out the base of the cake. Now, how many of you, when you've gone to adhere the base of the cake down, have adhered it upside down? Because I know I have. I've actually adhered it like that when it's supposed to be like that. So, lesson learned from me on the goof that I made. And now I'm going to pop up the cake. Oh, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to adhere this. I'm going to adhere the flagged piece to the actual card. Now I'm going to adhere the cake. And I'm going to lay it over the bottom of the candles a bit. And then I'm going to put the cake base down. And again, it gets popped up. I put it, snugged it right up against the bottom of the cake. Because that's a word, right? Snugged it. Now the Wink of Stella. And the Wink of Stella, I've picked one of the stripes. Doesn't matter if it's the, if it's the light or dark, but I'm going to use the light stripe. And you know, you're not even probably going to see this on the camera. I'm just going to add Wink of Stella, and then I'm going to add Wink of Stella to the circles, the darker circles. And I should have done something first before doing this. And taking the dark pineapple, and I'm actually coloring in the flames. Should have done that first. There we go. And I'm going to take the Wink of Stella and just add some to the flames. Okay, and the happy birthday. So I am going to take the happy birthday stamp, and in the Highland Heather, I'm going to stamp the happy birthday. Paper piercing that again. There we go. And on the inside of the cake, inside of the card, I'm going to stamp it that says, what does it say? Hope this year is a piece of cake. I'm going to stamp that. And I'm also going to take the lollipop. Make sure you clean it off, because the last time we used it with the soft sea foam. And I'm going to take the lollipop and just put in Highland Heather lollipop in the corner. Almost finished. Almost finished. Okay, we're going to take the happy birthday, and we're going to cut it. We're going to cut it down, cut it in half. And if you think it's a little too tall, just snip some off of it, and to make it look a little bit smaller. There we go. Oh, and I'm going to take some off the bottom too. And dimensionals. And these are going to get popped up with dimensionals as well. Almost. We're almost done. Oops. And we're going to tuck the birthday in there. and a happy. I'm going to put a big dimensional because it fits. And I'm going to put the happy like that. Oops. Now you're going to take your gingham gala sequins, and you can pick whichever ones you want, but I think we don't have any of the flower ones left, but I'm going to take 3 of the purple ones. Oh, I think one should go there, and I think one should go there, and I think one should go there. What do you think? There is, let me see if I'm trying to focus my camera. Oh, well, it's not doing it. There's the happy birthday. Isn't that cute? So that was Coffee and a Card today, and this is Wednesday, July 31st, 2019. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit the subscribe button so that you can get more inspiration. If you have any questions, leave a message, and I'm Elizabeth Green, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. If you need a demonstrator, you need a catalog, or you'd like to place an order, please contact me at info@stampscrapandmore.com, or you can shop on my store at elizgreen.stampinup.net. And all that information will be in the information below. Have a great night.